talking to the camera again, this time on my way to work. Day 5, Friday. Past today, I don't really know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. I'm gonna make it through today. That's what I can guarantee. I said that. I was like, I'm gonna get to Friday. At least my check will be like $500, $600. Really, I would love to get through the next 2 weeks. But we're gonna see, bro. My homie is applying for the job. So, we gonna see if he get accepted. Even if he get accepted, I don't know if I can stay, bro. Like, it's so draining. But for him, it's a better job though. So it's like it happened for a reason, because I threw him in the lab. Cause he working at Amazon. He on his feet 8 hours a day. So it's like it's a little bit less pay, but for him, like, he'll be able to sit down all day instead of being on his feet. So that'll be way better. And he work at night too, and I've worked the night shift, and that shit absolutely fries your sleep schedule. So I personally don't mind the night shift, because that's kind of like, that is weird, but my natural sleep schedule is not in the morning. That's why me waking up early as shit and driving, like 9 to 5s are probably one of the worst shifts I can do, just because for me personally, like, I've never been a morning person. So yeah, I don't know, but like naturally, I would say I'm probably most awake from around probably about 3 p.m. From around like 2 to 3 p.m. I'm most active around like 2 p.m. Well, I guess active is a different word from awake. I'm most awake from around 2 p.m. to around like 2 a.m. Like, those are like my hours that I'm like most awake. And so, like, if I had an ideal sleep schedule, I would sleep from around 3 a.m. to around like 12. Cause what's that? How many hours is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, like, I would sleep from around like 3 a.m. to like 12 p.m. Like, that would be like my most ideal sleep schedule. Just cause, like, that's what just naturally where my body like falls asleep, and I feel like, but of course, everything has to happen in the morning, all that shit. So whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I had interesting talk with my mom. And my mom always been that person, like, I'll have one perspective and she'll give me like another perspective. Not that either one of us are necessarily wrong, but it's just more. The more perspective you can have on life, I believe the better you are, the better all of that. And obviously, like, some things you just don't want to hear, but one of my prayers I always say, bro, just allow me to become a better person in all ways, mentally, spiritually, fucking physically, financially, like, all of that. And so sometimes it's certain shit you don't want to go through, you don't want to hear, but you don't want to, but a lot of times, bro, we literally are getting exactly what we pray for. And so, yeah, do I want to go to this job? Fuck no. But because I am there for 8 hours a fucking day, and I don't even want to be there for 3 minutes a day, I am growing, because it's making me realize, this is not what I'm meant for. This is not what, and allowing me to be grateful for what I already do have. But basicly, my mama tell me a lot of things, and a lot of things she tell me over and over again. Because I am super stubborn. I know she knows I'm stubborn. I've always been stubborn. And she was like, if you can't get something your way, you don't want it. And it's not necessarily that. It's I'm slower to it's just like it's a me thing. I believe that, not that I'm always right, because I'm not. It's a lot of things I'm wrong about. on a daily basis. But I have enough self-belief that before I do the thing that somebody else tells me to do, I'm gonna see if the thing that I feel is right is wrong first. And it's not always right. But if it feels right in the moment, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just see. Fuck it. It may work, it may not. And if it don't work, then well, I'll try that thing. But let me see if I'm right or not. Let me see if I'm right or wrong. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I have enough. I'll be man enough to admit I'm wrong. And that's the thing. That's just really how I always been, bro. Like, and the truth is, like, if I always listen to everything somebody else told me and what my mama told me to do, bro, like, I wouldn't be who I am today. I just wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't. When she told me to stop doing YouTube, I would have stopped doing YouTube. When she told me to delete all my old videos, I would delete all my old videos. When she told me to, you know what I'm saying, just do this with photography, do this with videography, I wouldn't be even where I'm at right now. If she told me, even music, bro, you know how many times she told me, oh, make this music, make that type of music, make that type of music. And I was just and not that she was wrong, but I know what I want out of my life. And so before I go try that, let me do what I want to do. And I'm not trying to say in life you just can't always do what you want to do. Like, that's just not how life works, you know. At some point you gotta fucking answer to somebody. Like for example, bro, I gotta fucking go to this job. I don't want to. Well, I guess I technically don't have to go to the job, but I do gotta pay some motherfucking money, bro. I got some shit I need to pay out. So even if it's just his first paycheck, like it'll do something. But yeah, it's like, nigga, I don't want to, but it's just, that's just life. Sometimes you gotta do shit you don't want to do, fuck. And so in that convo, it was a good convo though, because it did open my eyes to, you know, certain things, and not necessarily shit that I didn't know, but just to become more aware of, you know, because I am very blessed to, you know, my OG, like, let me stay in her house and not kicking me out, and I gotta pay rent, all of that. So I'm 100% blessed, and for that reason, I feel like that's the exact reason why I should, at least at this point, bro, before I transition and try to do something else, let me see if I can make this shit work the way I want it to work. And if that's not meant to be, then that's not meant to be. But this is right now, this period, probably these next 1 to 2 years, I'm gonna have the best chance of making this shit work. Cause I don't have no kids. I don't gotta pay no bills. So it's like, this is my best chance right now. Let me see if I can make this shit work. You know what I mean? And if, like I said, if a year down the line, if I'm wrong and it don't work, you know. But and so this is my game plan, because I always got a game plan. If it happened, it don't. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. And I'll figure something else out. But this is my game plan, right? And then I'll tell you my game plan. I'll tell you what my mama want me to do. And I'll tell you why I'm choosing my game plan, not even just selfishly, but that will, it's like a feed one motherfucker right now, or build something that can feed 100 motherfuckers later, right? So boom, this is my plan. Whatever happens to Sincerely Imperfect in this whole rollout and all this shit I've been doing, it don't really matter. No, it do matter. Like, obviously I want it to blow up, all of this. It don't matter. But the point of this was really just to get input and see what works and what doesn't work. Because this, like I've said this before, this was the first time that I did videos and all of this shit and really tried to just posting every day, seeing what works, seeing what sticks. So all of this is gonna be, this is all important, because it's playing into my hand. It's a game of spades, right? And if you don't know how spades works, basically it's the highest card wins. highest card wins. So if you throw out a king of hearts and somebody throws the ace of hearts, they gonna win. That's basically the what's the name? I don't even know. That's basically how the game works. Now in spades, it's called spades because your spades cuts every card. So if something, let's say that's the same play. So I throw a king of hearts, somebody else throw a ace of heart, and then I could throw a 3 of spades, and as long as I don't have no hearts, I can cut that and I will win. I will win that turn. Now it's another card that can beat every single card, and I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Now my play is this. I have one more. Not that this is my last album, but generally I have one more album in me before I go, okay, this shit ain't working right now, I'll try something else, maybe come back to it later, maybe not. I got one more album that's finna be so crazy. I just know because I can feel it. I feel it because this album I've been making this album technically without realizing, I've been making this album for like a year or two, over a year. So it's all demos and all of that. I just gotta finish the songs. But it was just, like I said, I believe in God personally. God just was kind of showing me, okay, it's different. You can't do this album right now because you're not gonna be able to do it the exact way that you have to if you try to finish it right now. You gotta go some other lanes and learn from, just basically just learn from doing different shit, right? Which is why Sincerely Imperfect was made. So I got one more idea. Because I want to see, okay, does it make a difference that I did a video for each song? Does it make a difference that the way I appeared in each song was, in each video, it was consistent. It was, you always seen the orange, you seen the car, you seen museum music, you seen, you know what I'm saying? You seen, you seen the suitcase, you seen the bass, you seen the notebook. You seen the Sincerely Imperfect merch, you seen it. And I haven't even sold a piece of merch. The album has been out for, I think, 2-3 weeks now. I haven't sold anything. But the point of it was, how do people start? It's recognition. What's the name of it? Pattern recognition. Does that work, or does it really not matter? Because if by week 8, I look and I say, because cause it's 8 songs and I'm dropping a video every week. If by week 8 I see, okay, this ain't really go nowhere, maybe I shouldn't be putting all of my effort into the music videos. Maybe it's just in marketing and coming up with just how do you grab people's attention. Maybe it's not even just about maybe the videos don't even fucking matter no more. Not that I didn't enjoy doing those, I really did. But maybe that's not what my focus should be on. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm trying to learn. Like, what is it that worked and what didn't work? You know what I mean? Because I love music videos. I always love music videos. And I always want to do a project like that. But I think just the climate of music and entertainment in general is just so... It's just different, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same it was even a couple years ago. So, everything now is. I think a lot of people used to care about certain things more and were more graceful, and I think some of the shit isn't really even our fault. A lot of it is just how these companies have changed. Like it's they shit, bro. They can change the shit whenever they want, bro. If YouTube decide they want to delete everybody's video right now, they can do that. It's they shit. If fucking TikTok, Instagram want to shut down right now, they can do that. It's they shit. You know what I mean? And so because of that, it's just you gotta adapt, bro. You gotta adapt and figure this shit out. And like I said, if give me till 2027, cause I got one more. Not that I'm giving up. But I got one more. I'm playing my cards, and in my deck I got the ace of spades. And if I throw it out right now, I'm fucking myself over. I'm cause in spades, the most important thing isn't even necessarily the cards you have, is when you play them. Because you can have the perfect deck and still lose the game, just based on how you played the cards and when you play what card. So I say that to say, very easily, if I throw that card out too soon, which if I tried to start making the album right now and I dropped it even the 1st of January, I would fuck myself over, because I have this card. This is my best card I can play. This is the best card I can play. I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna throw it out when it's supposed to go out. Now, it's another card that I was saying. It's called the Joker. And with the Joker, it basically beats every single card. So I could have the best card in the game, which is technically the Ace of Spades, and I could throw that out, and somebody could play a Joker, and then I'll just lose. No matter what. And it's a shitty, bro, if you play spades, it's a shitty feeling, because you technically played your best hand given, and you could still lose. And now let me tell you what my mama wants, and then I'm gonna tell you how it's still, I'm not like, it's what she wants me to do is still, that's what I'm trying to get at. She wants me to do a bunch of non-for-profit work, get into the schools, get grants, help the kids, all of that, show them music, and I'm not against that. I would love to do that. But my thing is this: I want to and my thing is, I'm not against that, and it's really always been in my plan to give back, and I have gave back in a lot of different ways, not specifically to kids specifically, but I've given back to as much as, and tried to as much as I can to, just help people with their music, give them advice, whatever it may be, whatever shit that I've learned. My thing is this: give me a year. Let me make something that's undeniable. For me, let me do that. And if I play the Ace of Spades and I still lose, I can be okay with carrying my fucking Ace of Spades around and saying, you know what, bro, this was my best fucking hand. This was the best hand I could play. If I still lost the game, I didn't give up. I didn't stop trying. I played my best hand possible, because sometimes shit is just out of your hand, bro. Life is unfair, bro. You can't always control how shit happens and who chooses to listen to you. You can't, bro. I posted Swelter, and that shit has I think it's gotten 8 views since I posted it. 8 views. And do it hurt? Yeah, it do. But I can't. But I've learned to detach from the outcome, bro. That I can't fucking control who clicks and who doesn't, folks. All I can do is keep learning and see did this make this person click? Did this make people click? Did this make people click? Okay. And usually more or not is what I keep learning what didn't make people click. But who knows, bro? Who knows what will work and what won't work, right? And like I said, what I want and what God wants is sometimes that's two completely different things, But he not from what I feel, and I'll just move on intuition, bro. I feel that I can do it, and I know I've said this so many times, like, bro, one more. But I really feel like I'm on the cusp of something. I don't know. I can't say I'm going to be the biggest fucking artist in the world. I don't know that. I can't say that, I'm going to be the richest nigga in the world. I don't know. I really can't. I really don't. I can't and don't know that. But it's a calling. It's a feeling. It's a when you ready to give up, you see a vision And it could be a glimpse, it could be a feeling, it could be a sound, and you see, it's not tangible, it's not physical, but you can see it, but you can feel it. It's a feeling, bro. It's a feeling I get. And so I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. But I don't feel like what I'm doing is wrong. I don't feel like I'm going down the wrong path. Every time I do something, I feel like I'm doing the right thing. You know, and that's my basis. That's what I'm trying to say, is that no, I'm not finna be 40 still making a bunch of albums, bro. That's not in my plan. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. And so very well, if whenever, bro, I will find, because my goal is to be able to work for myself. That's my goal. How that happens, I have no idea. And I'll figure out a way to still make it at least adjacent to something I love, you know? Whether maybe that's me helping somebody else, maybe somebody else become bigger than me, I don't know. It's this one girl that I've talked to, and I genuinely believe she could be one of the biggest artists in the world. Like I really believe that. And that's out of my control whether she chooses to take that step or not. But I always show up. I always, you know what I'm saying? Because I am that, and maybe that's not that I've always been somebody who wasn't willing to help. Like I've always, my mama noticed, bro. I've always, ever since a little kid, I've always been a really compassionate. Like, I think it's just certain things in my life I've went through that's made me less hesitant to help everybody. But it's not that I'm less compassionate. It's that I had to learn because I was born really compassionate. I had to learn that, bro, if you give every single person something from you, you take away from yourself, and people are gonna continue to walk over you if you choose to be so nice. So yes, it's a lot of things that I've turned cold-hearted towards because that's how I had to be to survive. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, sometimes I do catch myself being like, damn, you know what, like that was like, I shouldn't be that harsh. You know what I mean? Damn, bitch ass nigga, I shouldn't be that harsh. And sometimes I do get humble. Like a lot of times my mama humbling me, but it's not because I'm innately like that. I'm really not. I'm genuinely like, if you somebody I trust and I love, bro, like it's nothing that's off the table as to what I wouldn't give, bro. You know what I mean? I like really, folks. It's really not, bro. Why be? Because I think he the most recent example of somebody that like I really done. Bro, YB, no, it was times when, bro, he was like, gang, I don't got no gas, bro. Or I don't got no food. And I literally, and that's not even, I'm not one of them people that take people misfortunes and then try to help them and then try to build myself up for that. You know what I mean? Oh, I helped you, I helped this. Like, no. Like, that's not what I'm trying. I'm just trying to use an example. Like, I did not have to help him at all, bro. I really didn't. But because the type of person I am, I knew, nigga, okay, if I got $100 in my account and he got zero and he need to get some gas, bro, I'm sending that nigga $20. You know, if I got this motherfucking buy one get one Subway sandwich and he ain't got no food, bro, I'm gonna give him my other sub, bro. Like that, and that's just the type of person I am. Do I think everybody deserves that? Fuck no. But I know plenty of people that do deserve that. And so basically what I'm saying is, yeah, it's always been about the people. It's always been about the people, bro. The reason I love creating it is because I can share it. That's the whole point. If I was a selfish nigga and I wanted money, I definitely wouldn't become a fucking musician or a YouTuber, all of this shit, because that's all shit is not guaranteed to make money. If I wanted to become famous, I I probably would just start doing stupid shit on the internet. I'll just be doing anything. I would just be doing any fucking thing to become famous. If I wanted to exploit people, it's so many different. It's things I would do way different if this was not about. If this was only about me. If this was only about me, it's so much shit I would do differently. But because of that, bro, I'm not. Why are you merging right now? But because of that, but for that reason, because I do shit for the people, bro. Yes, everything I've done so far is because I've wanted to do it, but it wasn't only with the intentions of me and mine, bro. Because if that was the case, if it even wasn't, if fame, money, all of that, take that out. If it was just about me, I wouldn't even post it. I wouldn't post it. I wouldn't upload it. I wouldn't upload the music. If it was solely about me, even take money, fame, take all of that out. If it wasn't about none of that and it was only about me as well, why would the fuck would I post it? I post it because for moments like, okay, real life example.
Obras reportadas más adelante sobre Eisenhower Expressway.
One time I was at, and I think I've told this story before. One time I was at a party. So this was 2 years ago. This was like when I just started making music. This is when I dropped Solitude. And there was this one nigga, I'm not even gonna say his name. But, and this is a big dude. This nigga is huge, like tall, bro. This nigga has to look down at me, and I'm 6 foot. Like I'm not a short nigga. So this nigga is huge, like humongous ass nigga, folks. And this nigga, literally, bro, I'm already drunk as hell. He comes up to me and is like, bro, when you be talking about Shay, like that shit be reminding me of my brother, bro. And he got killed. And he was basically just like, bro, keep going, blah, 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 like, thank you. And that was the first time that I seen that it wasn't just about me. I seen how me as a person can impact somebody else. Whether that's making them laugh, making them cry, making them remember, making them recognize something in themselves. I know that, and I can't do that to everybody. I can't. It's just not how the world works. You can't impact everybody. You can't help somebody. You can't make somebody listen with their ears closed. You can't make somebody laugh when they mouth shut. But that don't mean I'm not gonna try. That don't mean it's just about me just because I'm talking about my stories. Because it's so many other people's stories that have helped me continue going. Because I listen to them and I'm like, wow, they was, at one point they was feeling the exact same way I feel right now, bro. You know what? Let me get up and try again. Let me get up and go again. That's why. And so, outside looking in, maybe somebody does think it's just me. But they don't even see all the plans I have in my head that if this shit does go up, bro, I'm going to put everybody in position. I already have it when this shit works. Okay, who I'm going to have do this, who I'm going to have do that, who I'm going to have. Already. And so, it's like, it's easy to say from the outside looking in, it's easy to say somebody, if somebody was looking at the Mona Lisa, let's say you got a room full of artists, and it was just Da Vinci painting Mona Lisa. Think about how many niggas would be like, oh, why the fuck you doing it like that? Do this, do that, do that, do that, do this, do that, do that, do that. But why? Because they can't even see the final image that he already knew what he wanted the Mona Lisa to look like. And so with the brush strokes, motherfuckers probably was like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this? This shit, nigga, do it. Why you paint it like this way, paint it that way? But he already seen the final thing in his head. He knew what he wanted it to look like. Not that somebody else's input didn't matter. Not that them other people might not have been right. Not that he was wrong or they was right. It's just the fact that he knew what he wanted it to look like. That's really all I'm saying. He knew what he wanted it to look like. And that's what I'm saying. I know what I want my future to look like. Whether it becomes that exactly or not, I don't know. But why not give it a chance? Because you always gonna have time to, bro. If it's something you, nigga, I'm gonna have all the time in the world to listen to what my mama want me to do. All the time in the world. But I'm not gonna have all the time in the world to do to try to sculpt my life exactly how I see it. You know, I'm not gonna have that time. But right now I do have the time, so why not right now focus on that? Cause I could do the other shit later. Or I could get a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 always gonna be here, bro. I have a degree, I have certification, I could get a 9 to 5. That's always gonna be here. I could become a non-for-profit not gonna go away, bro. You can sign up for a 501 AC, whatever that shit called, at any time. That's not gonna go away. But what is gonna slowly slip is that idea, like I said, and it's not up to you if that shit, sometimes it's not always up to you if that shit works out exactly how you plan. It's not. But it is up to you if you try. Cause like I said, what God got planned and what I got planned, it could be the same thing, it could be two different things. And what I think cause I see the visions. I see the visions, bro. I see it, I feel it. And I can't say exactly what it is, but I feel it in my soul. I feel it, bro. And if tomorrow, if God tell me, okay, no, do the non-for-profit shit, I'll do it. I'll drop everything right now and fucking do it. But he hasn't said that. And can't nobody tell me that I'm wrong, because how you gonna tell me what God told me, nigga? Or what God showed me? Or what God made me feel? How can you tell me? You can't tell me I'm wrong. And so because of that, yes, I'm gonna give him my all. I'm gonna give him my all. I'm gonna keep going until it's time to pivot. Until it is time to pivot, you know? Whether that's me helping somebody else with their music, whether that's me, you know, doing non-for-profit shit, whether that's me, you know, whatever it may be, bro. Whatever it may be. When it's time to pivot, I will pivot, you know? And that's really it. And so I don't know. I'm gonna keep. I think it's like, I look at it like this, and I keep saying this analogy because I actually think it's like the perfect analogy to use. I look at it like you got nail, hammer, and wood. Right? You got a nail, hammer, and a wood. And sometimes I can control how hard I swing the hammer. I can control what angle I hit the nail at, how many times I hit the nail, when to stop, when to keep going. But sometimes, just based off life itself, sometimes you can try to put yourself in a better position, but sometimes because of the type of wood you were given to nail this shit into, sometimes you can't nail it in. Sometimes you just can't get that motherfucker, you can't get that fucking nail in, because you might be trying to nail the motherfucking wood into metal. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, obviously it's a bunch, we could keep going with this analogy and make, I'm saying the nail, what you could get, you are given the hammer and the nail. Or you earn it, or you find it, or you buy it, or you, whatever it may be. You build it. But what's generally out of your control is the platform that it's on, you know? It really is. Like, it's basically out of your control. And so sometimes you do have to transition. You have to, you know, you do have to switch. Maybe you're using the wrong tool, maybe it's just not the right. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of variables, bro. But basically, I'm saying for right now, I don't know what I'm nailing the nail into. I don't know what I'm trying to hammer the nail into. I don't know. I can't really see that. But I feel it. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. And so that's all I can say. And it's like, you know, basically I'm trying to say, bro, nobody can say that you are wrong for doing something you feel is right. Because I don't have malicious intent with this shit, bro. I really don't. And I think God knows that. He knows the type of nigga I am. Am I gonna make mistakes? Hell yeah. Just like anybody would make mistakes. I make mistakes right now. I made a mistake yesterday. I made a mistake. I'm gonna make a mistake tomorrow. But I'm saying my intent is, bro, I want to put niggas in position. I want to put niggas in position because I always been the nigga to try to put people in position, even when I didn't even have the fucking position to put them in. I didn't have the leverage to put them in, but I always trying to been that nigga. So really, I'm finna edit this video before I go in. All I'm trying to say is just because some people just don't have the opportunity, you know, or some people won't see it. Some people won't even recognize that they have it just for more reasons than one. For whatever reason, I'm not here to describe somebody else's life situation, you know, because I can only talk about mine. And so I say, if you have the position and the opportunity, one, recognize it, capitalize off of it, figure out a way to make it work. Nobody can guarantee that it's gonna work, because if everybody could guarantee something was gonna work, then everybody would be rich, everybody would be famous, everybody would be doing their dreams. If everybody knew exactly what to do, everybody would. You know what I mean? You can't. You just can't. Unfortunately, that's just how the world is. But, and I told my mom this, I said, at the very least, I can die trying, knowing, you know what? I did everything in my power that I possibly could to get there. Whether it happened or not, I don't fucking know. That's not something, like I said, that's not even up to you, because so many things in this world are dependent on other people, especially entertainment, music, any of that. If people don't fucking like you, then you just not gonna make it, bro. You know what I mean? If nobody likes you, you're not gonna make it. If nobody resonates with you, you're not gonna make it. If nobody cares about you, you're not gonna make it. Unfortunate as that sounds, it's just how the world works. But that don't give you an excuse not to try. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah.